Hello dear people who are interested in learning Python programming language. Thank you for being with me in another Python tutorial video. Now we want to see how we can use functions and share them. There are several ways to do this. I am referring here to one of the easiest and most powerful of them. Now that we know the functions approximately, it is not bad to get acquainted with the sharings. Suppose we want to use the function we wrote in different programs. A copy-paste is definitely not a good solution. A better solution is to use modules. It means to save the function inside the module. So the discussion of how to share functions comes to how to build modules. First, let's say what a module is. Any file that contains functions and variables is a module, provided that these functions and variables are accessible by these modules. For example, the same file that contains two functions can be a module. So now we have the module. Once you have the module, it will be easy to use it in your programs. To use the modules, we must import them. Importing modules is not a complicated task, but there is one point, and that is that the interpreter assumes that the module you want to work with is in the search path. We enter the console, enter import random, for example. Okay, if we hit random and dot, we can access the functions inside inside the random. For example, you know that random dot randint in, for example, 0 and 1000, for example, gives us a random number between 0 and 1000. All you need to know now is where does the interpreter look for this module. In these cases, the interpreter looks for three places. 1. Current working directory. This is the folder we are working in. 2. The second is site package positions. The interpreter looks here after the current directory. In fact, these are situations that include Python modules that you can install or write yourself. Many Python modules are not included in the standard library. Some people have written these, and you can, for example, download them from places like PyPI, install them, and use them. These installed modules are placed inside this site package. You can also install your files here, which we will talk about in more detail. The third place where the interpreter uses is the standard library. Of course, the order of 2 and 3 can depend on various parameters, which we have nothing to do with here. However, the interpreter looks at these three places. As you can see, the interpreter always checks the current working directory first. It seems that the problem is solved here, and we can access it by saving the module in the existing path. But the problem is that we are not always in this folder. For example, let's first work based on this current working directory. Inside the folder of this chapter, we create a new file called my modules. Oh, excuse me. I didn't want this. Let's do it in the correct place. Okay, my modules. Okay. Let's move the laddersearch.py file to this folder. Note that this laddersearch.py should be the only version available on your system. You should not have a copy of it anywhere else. Let's work a little with the command line so that the problem we are looking for shows itself here. Open the Windows command line. You can do this by searching for command prompt or pressing the start and R keys at the same time. And okay, now you can type pi-3 command, pi-3. Press enter. It will give you Python information and you will enter Python. You can program in Python here. Like let's do it, for example, print hello world. You can see that the program is working. How to get out of here? Either close the window here or write quit. Okay. Of course, this is a way to enter Python through the command prompt if you are working with the Windows operating system. If your operating system is Linux or Mac, you should use Python 3 instead of pi-3. This. Okay. You can see the address of the file you are in. The first thing we need to do is move this CMD to the address we now see in the address bar here. If you want to move to another folder, type the name of the folder or drive with a lowercase letter and press the colon sign. In this way, you enter the desired drive. We can easily copy this address here in the address bar. Now in CMD, type the letters CD, put a space, and paste this copied address here. Now if we press enter, we will see that we have been moved to the desired address. Now that we are at the address we wanted, we can enter Python again with the pi-3 command. Where is our address now? The address is the current working directory. Now it is clear that we are in this my modules file. Here you can see it here, my modules. Here we can import this laddersearch file. You know that there is no need to write the extension.py to import, and we only import the same file name, import laddersearch. You press enter and see that there is no problem, and now we can use the functions in these files. Laddersearch, for example, dot search for vowels with the input, for example, hello. You can see that the module and the function inside it are working correctly. Let's try another function inside the module. Search for letters with the same input. You can see that the outputs are the same which we expected. You can see that the output of these two functions is the same. For now, we hit quit and close this. Let's go back a step. For this we type a cd in cmd and put a backslash in front of it, a cd, a space, a backslash, press enter. Now if you press enter, you will see that it will reverse the path you moved in the folder. That means ladder search is not in my current working directory. So if we enter Python again with the command py-3 and enter the command import ladder search, we will receive an error. What is the problem here? Can we work with this ladder search? Search for vowels high. Yes. Let's do it again. Quit. Oh, I think that I have this module installed in my Python. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Excuse me, because previously I have installed the package on my Python, so we did not got any errors. Now we can try it. We can I installed the module, and we can try the import ladder search here, and we can get the desired okay. This is the error which we wanted to see. Okay. That is, the interpreter looked at all 3 locations: current working directory, site package, standard library, and seeing that this file does not exist, returned this error. So this is a problem that can happen. You may need to work with a lot of files. You cannot move all of these into the current working directory. There must be a better way to do this. Now the question may arise, is it not possible that this import is based on location? That means, for example, write import ladder search and write the address in front of it. First, the answer to this question is no. That is, there is no such possibility. Secondly, even if it was, it would not be a good solution. Several problems could arise with the increase in the number of modules for import. This method becomes more difficult and impractical. Second, sometimes it is necessary to move the modules. In this case, the whole program will collapse. A better solution is to use the rest of the interpreter searching locations. That is the positions of site package and standard library. If we can move our module to the site package, the interpreter can use it regardless of the current working directory. We talked about site packages and said that they are places to store modules that we download and install from somewhere, as well as those that we write ourselves. This task means that the interpreter probably has the power to transfer these modules to the site package. Now, why don't we go to the standard library? Please note that the set of modules in the standard library are managed by the main developers of Python, and in fact the standard library is a wide set of modules for a wide range of uses by different people, but it is not designed to be manipulated. Therefore, do not add your own modules to the standard library and do not remove any modules from it. But adding the module to the site package is welcome. Python also provides tools to make this easier. What is the mechanism? From Python 3.4, the standard library has a module called Setup Tools. This module can be used to add the downloadable and installable modules or self-made modules to the site package. Just make sure that your Python version is 3.4 or later, which is most likely the case. I told this point for those who have older versions of Python already installed on their systems. Although the details of what we want to do may seem complicated, our general task is to install the desired module in the site package. You can do this using Setup Tools in 3 steps. The first step is to create a distribution description. The second step is to create a distribution file. The third step is to install the distribution file. So first we need to create a description file, and then we convert this description of the distribution into an installable file, and then we install it. In the first step, we specify the module we want to install using a file. In the second step, through CMD, we create an installable distribution file that contains that code. In the third step, we install that file again through CMD. Step 1 is to enter the My Modules folder. Okay. This PyCache file is related to when we run ladder search inside CMD. If you delete this, there will be no problem. We close CMD. For the first step, we need at least 3 files, one of which is the module file, which is now ready. The other 2 files are explanatory. That is why they are called distribution description. One of these files is a txt file, which you name readme.txt. You have probably seen these files during installation. You can write your name, email address, and additional information about this module in this file. The presence of this file is mandatory, but it can also be empty. The next thing we need to do is to create a setup.py file. So you have to do 2 things inside this file. One is to use setup tools. From setup tools, import setup. This setup has several arguments, and many of which are optional. The first step is to enter the name of the module by typing a string and its version. You can specify a description of your module or the name, email, or URL of the other here. There are many arguments, but 2 are the most important. One is the name of the module, and the other is the Python files inside this module that must be specified as a list. Setup, name, ladder search. Version 1.0 PyModules ladder search. It is better to enter the version so that if you need to update in the future, you can change the versions. We save this file, so the requirements of the first stage were established. Once again, we bring a CMD and move it to the address of this folder. Now we want to do the second step. In this step, we want to transfer these three explanatory files into one file, a file that can be installed. py-3 setup.py sdist. Press enter. We specify sdist as one of the arguments of setup.py. Now if we press enter, the work is finished. If you see the phrase and everything under it in the outputs, it means that your work has been done correctly. If you get an error here, there are two things to consider. First, be sure to use Python 3.4 or later. The second problem that may exist is an inadvertent error in the setup file. In this way, the second stage was done. You can enter this in the My Modules folder and see your installable file in this folder as a compressed file. Now you can install this file yourself and you can share it with others. Now to install, you must first move CMD to the folder where the installable file is located. Copy the address, come to CMD, press CD, put a space, paste the address, and you are in the folder. Now type py-3-m pip install. This phrase, this command line is used to install. This -m works for modules and this pip stands for package installer for Python. Now we want to do the installation process using this pip. Before install, you must write exactly the name of the installation file, which is here. We can press rename. Be careful that you need the complete name of the file. You can copy the name here and you must include the extension as its name too. And here you can paste the copied name. Press enter. Okay, now if you press enter, the installation will start. If you see the message successfully installed ladder search dash 1.0, it means that the installation has been successful. If you do not see this message in the output, there is a problem, and check again from the first step to find the error. You can see the message here. Let's go back one step again with cd space backslash enter. You can see that if you enter Python with pi-3 and you use the import ladder search command, import ladder search, press enter, we can use this module without any problems because this module is included in the site package. Let's try it. Ladder search dot search for ladders with inputs hello, how are you, and HEO and W. You can see that the function and the module are working correctly. Okay, close CMD. If we enter the import ladder search command here in Spider, you will see that it is imported without any error and you can use it. Import ladder search. What is the problem? Is everything all right? Import ladder search. Okay, maybe this is because that I have had this Spider opened during the process of installation. If you close it and open it again, you will not get such errors. Now, in what order is this module installation file sharing? You can do this sharing informally. For example, share this with this file with your friends. But there is an official way to share our files. You can enter the site pypi.org. Here you can see different projects with a name and a version. So this combination is a common. Combination. You can read brief explanations here in the help section, in which the method of sharing is explained simply. Thank you for being with me in another video of the Python training series. Stay tuned if you like to learn the direct way to progress in programming. Have a nice day.